Yep.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having us on this wonderful Thursday night where, you know, it, it's kind of funny how there's this sense that there hasn't actually been much gaming news. Well, this week, that's a whole different story because not only is Gamescom this week, and I got to say, I think Gamescom has been an absolute blast. But the big news this week that we're going to talk about shortly is something that I gotta say I can't think of a situation where this has ever had it happen for a product or any kind of technology. But before we get to our introduction and this discussions, I want to introduce our panel members, and I'm gonna start with my brother. This is gonna be unfortunately this is gonna be the last time he's gonna be able to join us for a little while. But the number one with the gun, the right head man of the Exile podcast, Sega man, introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Unlimited Truth, man, with my brother, Unlimited Productions, Fire Channel, Fire Podcast, man, with the with the elite, bleed green Xbox dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get into these topics. There's some stuff that my brothers are probably going to have to fill me in because I didn't get to check out the Gamescom. I got to go back and watch all the stuff, man. The Phil Spencer interview, all that stuff, man. But I'm pretty sure that I can add some, some expertise, man, to the Xbox, gaming conversation, man. But you can always find me on my YouTube channel, man, Sega Man 101 on Alpha Saturdays, and always on the Exile with my brother, the Don King of Xbox, E-Rock X, man, where it all started, man. Let's go.
Hey, that's right, man. And with that, I'm gonna pivot to E-Rock X, my big brother in the game. Introduce yourself.
Hey, it's E-Rock X, the Down King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand. And whenever the truth is needed, that's when you will get the Unlimited Truth podcast. And Sega, man, we got to talk, man. What you mean it's your last podcast, man? What, you'd have been
No.
drafted?
It's my last one with Unlimited because I go back to my regular schedule at work.
Oh, thank God, man. I
That's
thought
some bullshit.
yeah, hey, Zick, I thought they drafted him into the Clone Wars. I'm like, damn, man.
No.
Hey man, I thought it was worse. I thought it was a Jason Schreier situation.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. All right, good.
Oh man. Hey, in the next man up, man, he's the host of the Lions Den podcast. Tuck Master, introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, this is your boy DJ Tug Master, the original pony killer. And I can't stand ponies, and I really can't stand them, man. I'm loving this. This is the day that I've been waiting for a long time.
Mm.
So I am a part of the Lions Den, and I did a video earlier this week talking about certain issues, especially dealing with these Sony ponies saying that Microsoft is afraid of Sony, and that's the reason why they bought Activision. I said that's the most stupidest damn thing I've ever heard in my life. Microsoft being scared of it, man, please. But now y'all can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, and all that good stuff, man. Let's just get this damn ball rolling so we can get in here and talk about this damn Sony bullshit.
Hey, yeah, and we're about to talk about it shortly, Tuck. But I need to introduce the man who represents the comment section. Other Zinc, introduce yourself tonight.
Definitely represent the comment section. I have another gem from one of the guys from a few days ago, but it's always great, man, hanging out with you guys. And like E-Rock said, the unlimited truth, when it's needed, I know it's going down tonight.
Yeah, hey, and if there's any night that needs the truth, Tuck, I mean Zinc, it's a night like this, man. Where today, thank you to my brother E-Rock X, he brought it to my attention that Sony did something unprecedented that I can't really think of, and that is they raised the price of the PlayStation 5 in all markets except the US. How sneaky of them to do that shit by approximately $50 in each market. For example, in Europe, the PlayStation 5 was originally $400 euros. Now it's 450, right? So they raised the price of the PlayStation 5 in a move that I can't think of any tech has ever done this 2 years after release, where it's somehow even more expensive to buy. And it's not like the PS5 is some retro collector item that's hard to get. No, but but stuff like this, guys, is just showing more and more the decline of Sony. And if I'm Microsoft, I'm saying it right now before I get to y'all. If I'm Microsoft, I'll be an asshole and just lower the price even temporarily for both the Series X and S. And I know the S is already a wonderful $300 console. But hey, if you push that bad boy to like 280, 270, even 250, even if it's just for a month, just to rub it in their face, man, across the markets, especially across the market that had a price increase. If I'm Phil, that's what I'm doing. But I'm gonna start off tonight's show with you, Tuck Master, because I know you've been itching to talk about this. What are your thoughts on PlayStation, Sony hiking the price of PlayStation 5 in all markets but the U.S. by $50?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. How long have we been talking about this? We've been talking about this for a long time, that that's what they wanted, that's what they was going to do. All of it talked about that's what they're going to do. But now they really showed their hand. They said they wasn't going to do it. But now all of a sudden they really showed their hand today. And now that's what's going on with them right now. And all I got to say is this. I don't hear nothing about no doggone inflation. You know, you got what, 21 million consoles up there? That's what y'all say.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, so what are y'all playing? I mean, like I told my friend, Sony is broke. They broke. That's the reason why they're raising the heck out of the price on the PS5. I never heard nothing like this. I mean, I've seen consoles go down maybe after 2 years, but I've never seen no console go up after 2 years. I've never seen that. So to me, man, I mean, I'm glad to see what's going on with Sony. And you know, all I gotta say is this: the ponies better wake up and smell the coffee, or smell the Kool-Aid, or do whatever they want to do, smell cocaine, whatever they want to do. Because when at the end of the doggone day, wait till them damn prices still going up on that Game Pass that they put out. The bottom line is that Sony is bleeding green dollars right now, and people's getting tired of it. I mean, you know, well, with us guys, we always say what's going on with Sony. Sony does crap all that I'm gonna talk about. This is all a new time low. Like I said, I've never seen a console go down in price. I mean, go up in price. They always usually go down in price. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. So, you know, I mean, like I told my friend, when they got their last financial report, that hurt them big time. 37 and 27% are down on software sales.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that hurts. That is not the type of money that you can get back. They televisions are still hurting. That damn new ass monitor that they brought out, that ain't selling worth a damn. So, fellas, they gotta recoup some money some kind of way. So, you know, if that's what y'all want, and then this is the biggest thing today when I get out of this whole thing. Oh, well, it's not going up in the US. Oh, give them time. Give them time. It's coming up. We don't know when, but it's coming pretty soon. And hopefully that for the people in the United States, hoping that it doesn't go up. But if it does go up, what can you say for them? I mean, you can't say nothing for Sony after that. So that's all I got to say about it. I want to see what the rest of the brothers say about it.
Hey, yes, and a lot of good points there. And thank you, KTJ Gaming, for joining us. And same to you, Hell Hydra. You said Sony trying to make up for those weak software sales. Yeah, man, 26% drop in software sales, and you know you got to make up that money somehow. But I'm gonna pivot to you, Sega man. So today it was officially announced that Sony has raised the price since the PlayStation 5 in all markets but the US by $50, Sega man. And not only that, right? Not only that, remember, I don't know if you guys remember, but Sony even said not too long ago that apparently they're making a profit off of PlayStation 5 sales. So something isn't adding up, right, Sega man? Can you explain this to me, man, about them raising the price of the PlayStation 5 even though they supposedly made a profit off of it, off the hardware?
Hey, brother, let me tell you, man. First of all, the reason why they won't do it here is because they know we're not going to buy that shit. You know what I mean? An extra $50. That kind of means a lot, man. Right now,
Yeah, that killed them in the States.
that would kill them. They wouldn't buy it. There's just no
Yeah.
way they wouldn't buy it, man. I mean, it's already your entry into the next gen is 500 and another 50, man. No, man, I just it won't. I think they knew better than that. I think they wanted to try other places, but to be really, really frank with you on this, brother, kind of sad, man, in the Sony community, because for them to do that to their consumers, man, it's kind of a slap in the face, brother. You know what I mean? Even if it is in like other places besides the U.S. I mean, because people are hurting all over. It ain't just the U.S. Everywhere.
Hey, real quick, I have to disagree with you, Sega man. The Sony fans already knew that Sony told them to get an extra job to afford this shit a long time ago.
Yeah.
I have to agree with you on that, brother Zink. You know what I mean? But you know, shit, man. I mean, that's just. I mean, I don't know what Sony's trying to do, brothers. I mean, they just keep going and sinking deeper and deeper in this hole, man. They're not going to be able to get out, man. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
They're blaming inflation. They're blaming inflation on this one, Sega man. But a $50 price increase, I don't know, man.
Hell no.
Inflation has been a bitch. But the chicken that I bought at the supermarket went from like $10 to $12, right? This is a $50 increase for a luxury item, not a necessity.
Yep.
Does Sony know that? And they don't want to say it. Nobody wants to say it. Does Sony know that we're in a recession, man? I mean, you can't. I mean, that's just
tell it. Especially in those, we're the richest nation. Period. They're doing this to other nations that don't have our capital. And our buying power.
Yeah, others. That's what I'm saying, man. That's ridiculous, man. To do that, and it's going to hurt them they're already hurting, but it's going to hurt them more as a you know, being in the gaming business, dude. Those things are going to sit there, bro. I mean, you might have a couple that might, some people that might, but that's going to sit there. That's too much. It's an extra $50.
Yeah,
and that $50, I mean that, and that's not including tax.
Well, that's what I'm about to say too. I mean, like if you want to talk about an extra $50, what you talking about? What? I mean, if it was here, it'd be what?
Probably like 555.
It'd be $550
or something like that.
Now, matter of fact, you think how much of is what? $4.99 right now, right?
$4.99.
So if it was over here, it'd be $550. Then when you plus tax,
it's over $600.
Yeah, man, no way. No.
And don't buy that bitch in Chicago where it's 11%.
Oh
yeah,
man,
no.
Tax is 11%. Sales tax 11% out there.
yeah, dog. Some of the places in Chicago, that bitch 11%.
Damn.
Yeah, I thought that tax was high limited.
That's why so many drive-by shootings. I'm tired of paying taxes.
Hey guys, I guess everybody got to agree on here. I know we're predominantly Xbox, but I'm gonna tell you what, Unlimited, he's lucky. He been given a PS5, but as a collector, that's just definitely out of the question, man. I would never ever pay that price for that system, brother. It's definitely not worth it. It's definitely, in my opinion, not worth that price, brother. Even if I was to have, even if I had I have the money, but I just will not do that. I would not go out and buy that thing for $550, bro. I just wouldn't do it. I'd rather have a PlayStation 4 than a PlayStation 5. Put it that way. You know what I mean? I will not spend that money on that, man. And just the way that how shady they are, and the stuff that they're doing over there. You can't put your credit card in the goddamn thing. It might get it might get hacked and shit, and then all your money's gone and shit. I just man. It's just,
and Sony won't give you your shit back either.
Nope.
No, they won't.
You have to try to take their asses to court and shit.
That dude who bought Returnal learned the hard way.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, man. No, man, that's a definite no. But Sony has to. They're just. I don't know what to say else about it, brothers. It's just a bad decision to do that right now. And I think in the upcoming holiday, I think Xbox is going to have a win-win. Mm-hmm. I can see that coming, man. I mean, I think people are going to. Yeah.
Since we're 2 years into the console generation, Do you think that Microsoft is going to, do how a lot of holidays they lower the price so things will be more affordable during the holidays and sell more
Yeah,
units?
yeah.
You think they're going to pull that move this holiday?
Oh yeah, they're gonna undermine them. Yeah, I believe they're gonna do
Yeah.
that. I really believe they're gonna do that, man. I think we're gonna have a nice big sell, not only on games, but on the systems themselves. I can see the Series X actually, in my opinion, coming down some too, and I think there's going to be a lot more available, which you could probably get it better today than when you guys first got them, and I didn't have it. You know what I mean? And the Series S, man, if they drop that Series S down some more money, oh man, it's a wrap. I mean, especially around Christmas time, oh, it's a wrap, dude. I'm telling you, I think they're gonna win the holiday. You know what I mean? I think they're gonna win the holiday, man. And with this news, with them coming out raising that price, that could be used against them, brother. I don't know what Sony's doing, man. I just think they're digging that hole so deep that I honestly don't think they're gonna ever recoup from that, man.
Hey, let's compound what Unlimited asked you, Sega man. Let's say they go to the holiday season and they do reduce that S console, since that's the one you could find the most. They reduce that console by 25 or maybe $50, even though they don't have to.
Right.
And then they implement that 5 people for $20 or $25 for Game Pass.
Oh man, Zeke, I know I got the Series X, man. But I think I would have to add that Series S to my collection, man. I think I would go out and get that just for myself, man. You know what I mean? And like you said, the 5 people, man, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. I'm telling you, man. It's a wrap, man. I'm telling you, man. It's gonna do gangbusters, in my opinion. I believe it's gonna do gangbusters, man. You know what I mean?
Oh no doubt, Sega man.
I mean, all the kids, and you have all the kids already talking about that they want the Series X, some of them, but some of them don't even have a Series S. So around the holiday, they're still rocking out the 1X or whatever they have. There's people still rocking them out. But around the holiday, if it's more and more affordable like that, plus the 5 people playing, our brother other Zinc said, oh man, yeah, man, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Hey,
Ultimate Game Pass too. Oh, yeah. It's a wrap.
Oh, and I don't think people realize we got a solid lineup of games coming to Game Pass this year too, especially around the fall and holiday, Sega man.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, it's a wrap.
Yeah. Oh, excellent point, man. And before I move on to E-Rock, man, let me shout out other members who joined us. Good Box, thank you for joining. And he says Sony sees scalpers selling. I don't know, man, because 25% of PlayStation 5s has never been turned on due to scalpers. So I don't even know if scalpers are selling like that and making that kind of money.
Yeah.
Jay Dizzle said, I was waiting for this podcast. What's up, man? Hey, what's up, Jay Dizzle? It's always great to have you. And Hell Hydra said, them PS5 going to shit on itself just like them whack Sony X-Plod speakers. Or X-Plode speakers. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's look, let's put it this way, Hell Hydra. Sony is way past their heyday. You know what I'm saying?
Unlimited.
What's up?
Brother, before you go to E-Rock, I'm just going to say this because it might sound crazy, but it's just a little theory, man. Got to put my tinfoil hat on for a minute. Do you think during a holiday, do you think the PlayStation 4 will outsell the PlayStation 5?
Oh, that's Hey, what's up, Dirt Greedy? That's a damn good question there, Sega man. Because they're still manufacturing them. They still plan on selling them. A bunch of their games are still cross-play. I think cross-play. I don't know if cross-play is the right word, but they're still playable on both the PS4 and PS5, like God of War in November. So,
right.
So by their logic, Sega man, there's no reason to buy a PlayStation 5. Because remember, that's the shit they were saying about the Series X a couple years ago. Oh, why would I buy a Series X when Halo's going to be playable on the Xbox One? Not realizing, and yet, which console's the powerhouse, y'all? Yeah, so by their logic, there's no reason to buy a PS5 this holiday. So good point, Sega man.
I'm glad you said that when Sega man was talking, because like Sega man started off by saying they raising this thing $50, and it's the weaker console selling for $50 higher.
Yes, exactly.
Great point.
Exactly, Other Zinc, exactly.
Hey, and with that, man, I'm gonna move on to my brother E-Rock X, man. E-Rock. So you brought it to my attention this morning that the PlayStation 5 has gotten a price increase in every. It's crazy, E-Rock, because it's every market but the U.S. It's not some markets. It's not testing out some places, E-Rock. It's every market but the U.S. And this from the same company that said that the PS5 was selling at a profit about a year ago, right? This the same company, E-Rock, that told us that they're gonna have true exclusives. And when they lied about Spider-Man being playable on PS5, Spider-Man Mars Morales, back in 2020. So their lying isn't nothing new, E-Rock, but it's just the fact that a $50 increase on a luxury item. I can't think of a situation like this where like my 2015 Chevy isn't going to sell more in 2022 than it did back in 2015, for example. So E-Rock, I want your thoughts on this, man. What are your thoughts on Sony once again shooting themselves in the foot this generation? This time increasing the price of the PS5, an item that's not a super hot item, super rare, nothing like that.
Well, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, you good.
As Heath Ledger's Joker once said, ha ha ha, slaughter is the best medicine. And right now, Sony is slaughtering themselves. I,
Mm-hmm.
I've been around in the entertainment and consumer electronic business as a consumer and just as a person looking at things and studying the market. I've never seen so much bad news come so quick. I've never seen such a quick downfall. Not since the sacking of Rome by the Visigoths and the Vikings has any empire fallen so quick. Um, their stocks has been downgraded to junk. They lose billions in one day when Microsoft buys Activision. Their fan base tried to stop the sale of Activision to Microsoft, like anybody was going to stop that, and they failed miserably. Um, it's just I'm it. We live in an age now where there's so many distractions going on, man. House of the Dragon, the Warner Brothers sale, and all of this shit going on over there. Black Adam about to come out. Gamescom just coming out with all of these wonderful game trailers. It's a great time to be a gamer.
Yes.
But the only fan base it's not a great time to be a part of is the PlayStation fan base, because it seems like they get nothing but a heaping helping of bad news daily. Man, it's just crazy what is going on over there. How, after 2 years out, do you raise the price? Do you raise the price? And the reason why I open with that, slaughter is the best medicine, because Xbox, Microsoft, now is the time to kill them, right?
Yeah.
They don't need to lower the price of their box. They've already got the most powerful box out there now that's now cheaper than the competition,
Yeah.
right? But like the Xbox Series S is going to fly off the shelves this holiday. The Xbox Series X, which is now in stock, we've been seeing people finding them in Walmarts and Best Buys. I think NWO Prime saw one at his local Best Buys. So they're going to fly off the shelves. And you choose now to raise your price, Sony? We just got breaking news from Australia where over there in Australia, their cost of living is ridiculous. Everything is doubled. The PlayStation 5 is now $33,000. So like, like, you know, I mean,
E-Rock tripping.
yo, man, they have just shot themselves in the foot.
E-Rock, man. Sony once said when the PS3 to get a second job, man, they want you to take out a whole auto loan for the PS5.
Absolutely.
Yo, man, at that E3 2005, when Ken Kutaragi arrogantly went on stage and was like, "You will need to get a second job in order to afford PlayStation." We didn't know he was talking about the PlayStation 5.
Motherfucker telling the future.
Motherfucker was not Nostradamus and shit. Like, God. But yo, man, this is just bad news all the way around. And like, you know, that fan base, I don't know what's going on because I'm not on Twitter anymore. I haven't seen Colin Moriarty. How do you damage controllers? How? Crap Gamer. How do you damage controllers? Jabari Clark, Amazing Lucas. All of y'all. How do you damage controllers? You can't damage controller. It's no way. You guys have lost, and you've lost spectacularly. It's time to just look. If this was me, guys, and I
Hey,
have been
hold on. Sorry to cut you off, Iraq, but Radiance 96, he left a comment, and I just checked real quick. Microsoft confirmed they won't raise the price of Xbox. That is a fact. I just checked it right now. Microsoft has confirmed they're not raising the price of the
Yeah,
Xbox Series
see?
S or X.
See?
That's why I
So
need
right
to
there,
check, dude.
Yeah.
so right there, Iraq, they already won right there. Because again, this is every market but the U.S. And to put into perspective, before I let Iraq continue, the United States has what 330 million people. The continent of Asia has like 3 billion people. The continent of Europe has over 550 million people. Mexico is a country of over 110 million people, and Canada has 40 million people. So Sony, to most consumers out there worldwide, they have their console is more expensive. So go ahead and continue, Era.
yeah, they don't have to raise their price. Why would they? Why would they? They've got the lowest price next gen console with the Xbox Series S. They've got the most powerful hardware out there with the Xbox Series X. They've got game. The console itself is irrelevant. What's
Mm-hmm.
selling Xbox now is Game Pass. You guys
Yeah.
do know that. Listen, don't think this is. I love my Xbox Series X. I fucking love it. But you do know the box is irrelevant, right?
Yeah.
Game Pass is what's selling Xbox now. Game Pass, and slowly but surely, CNN, Reuters, all of these people in the media, they're coming around. They were coming around last year. They were coming around last week. But now that Sony has raised their price, this is a bad look. This is a bad look. This tells me. This tells me that all the rumors and with Tuck saying these guys are hurting financially, it's true. It's got to be true. Why 2 years in would you raise the price? I don't care whether it happens slow, whether it happens fast. The quicker that PlayStation gets out of the gaming business and comes third party agnostic like Sega did, the better it is for us. We won't have to deal with Amazing Lucas no more. We won't have to deal with Crap Gamer no more. We won't have to deal with Asher Luca or fucking any of these assholes anymore. But I'm so curious. I would love to be a fly on the wall to see how the PlayStation guys are damage controlling this because they damage control the hell out of paying $70 for video games. And well, we pay $70 for quality and we care about developers. Lie. You don't give a fuck about PlayStation fans, don't give a fuck about developers. All you care about is sticking it to Xbox fans and talking shit and continue your console war. You didn't give a fuck about developers when Jabari Clark found out that uh who Ninja Theory was coming to Xbox. Oh, Ninja Theory is dead to me now. Y'all don't care about developers when y'all fucking send them death threats and shit. All you guys care about is what's this console war and sticking it to Xbox and Xbox gamers because y'all got y'all fucking asses handed to y'all all during the 7th generation. Y'all got that little bone thrown y'all way during the 8th generation with E3 2013. That shit is over. Guys, I have never seen anything like this in my life where week after week it's nothing but bad news.
Yeah.
I'd be more giddy and be loving it more if I wasn't so busy with life right now and things going on with the house. And I was looking at my Xbox queue this morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got every game from Pentiment to High on Life. I've got every shit downloaded in my Xbox now because with Game Pass, Sega Man said it so many times so well. We eating good over here. And of course, Tuck was like eating out, eating. Where the food at? Where the food at? He means
Damn.
he means metaphorically. Theoretically, we're eating well over here. Like I've had to delete shit off of my hard drive, man.
Yeah.
I'm never going to finish. I'm never going to finish that musical game with the guy with the guitar, Artful Escape. I can't finish any of that shit, man, because Xbox keeps putting. Do you know September 1st? What is it? Grid Legends is coming in the Game Pass.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something dropped in there today called Midnight Fight Club or some shit. Yo, man, this is Atomic Heart Day One Game Pass.
Yep.
A Plague Tale Innocence Day One Game Pass. that game with it's called House of Pie or whatever. It's actually based on Pinocchio. Day one Game Pass. Yo, dude, we getting smothered over here, Phil. God damn, this is like yo. So in contrast to that, where Xbox is just killing it, Game Pass is killing it, all their IPs, Sea of Thieves is killing it, and you got Sony over here continually bombarding their fan base with bad news. It was hard to be a Sony fan 2 years ago. It was hard to be a Sony fan 5 years ago. But y'all found a way to soldier on 1080p. Xbox has no games because the media kept giving y'all narratives. Guys, there is no more narratives left. Y'all got the worst graphics. Y'all have the worst fucking online service. Y'all don't have Game Pass. Y'all don't have Call of. Y'all don't have no games. What guys? What is the value proposition of a PlayStation now? What, the name PlayStation? And please don't say Spider-Man. If you say Spider-Man, go grab some baby powder, put it in my hand so I can slap the shit out of you. What is the value proposition of a PlayStation now? God of War? There's no value there. What, VR? There's no fucking value there. Guys, I'm gonna close with you saying this price was unseen, and the words of Yoda when he found out that fucking Anakin Skywalker turned to the dark side. This was unseen and unfortunate. This was unseen and to me unbelievable that these motherfuckers are losing and they got the unmitigated gall to raise their prices. PlayStation fans, y'all have lost spectacularly. I've never seen anything. When the Sega Dreamcast died, that wasn't a loss. That was a betrayal. That was Sega of Japan throwing in the fucking towel because they were jealous of Bernie Stolardom's success over the years. That was a betrayal. When Atari finally got out of the business, that was a mercy getting out of the business because that goddamn Jaguar was bullshit. When 3DO got out of the business, like this shit here, I have never seen anything. I've never seen a company take a downward slide like this in fucking history. I've never seen anything like this. I don't think we ever will. Maybe WCW, World Championship Wrestling. That's what this is. This Sony, y'all are WCW. And somebody, when Sony finally goes out of business, please turn the fucking lights out. Guys, I've never seen anything like this. I can't believe they're raising the price of it's very hard to sell a $550 console, or in some markets, Canada, where poor KTJ Gaming lives, a $799 console off of Spider-Man. Damn. Guys, it is fucking okay. Say that Xbox did some lunacy like raise their price, which they're not going to do. They got fucking every goddamn game in the fucking history. Fucking Phil Spencer right now is riding around in that golden chair that Xerxes was riding on, the 300. These motherfuckers own Doom. They own fucking Call of Duty. They own fucking Crash Bandicoot. They own fucking they own every fucking thing. What though? They own Wolfenstein. They own fucking Elder Scrolls. So if anybody should have been fucking arrogant and raised the price of their box, it should have been Xbox. But they know how the media and the world hates them so much. So, but for Sony, who has nothing, they have nothing. Y'all have Spider-Man. That's all y'all have. Y'all raised the price of your box. Yo, man, it looks like we're going to have to get our suits out of the dry cleaning and attend that funeral a little sooner than we thought. Because I can't see, this really must be their last console. And they're trying to get every fucking dollar they can before they close up shop. Hey, guys, my final thoughts on this is Sony shot themselves in the foot, and it is spectacular to see. I can't wait to see the ripple effects this has for holiday 2022, which is here. This shit ain't in the fucking foreseeable future. Man, this shit is here. Summer is over. The fall games are being distributed. The fall games are downloaded in your hard drive now as we speak. Yep. Guys, this is unbelievable. It couldn't happen to a better company. Sony, absolutely. Fuck you for all of the bullshit you've done. Fuck you for cultivating more lunatics than fucking Charles. More fucking lunatics than Charles Manson. I'm glad to see y'all go. Fuck y'all. Goodbye.
Hey, I want to ask one question, y'all. Let me ask you this: how much is the PS4 the PS4 Pro right now?
No, that's the regular PS4. That bitch $400.
Really?
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's
I'm
it's
like,
$400 or $350 or some shit like that.
okay, somewhere it's $350 to $400. Okay, everybody who already got a PS4, they ain't buying a PS4 again.
Yeah,
So
but they might have to Tuck, because that bitch should be loud as hell right now. It should sound like a damn train.
well, if they have to, they just going to go out there and buy another one. But
They can't get flight simulators, so they put a jet engine in
Oh.
the PS4.
boy, y'all guys are something else, man. Y'all guys are just nailing it, man. I mean, I just don't understand how, like you said, if Xbox would have been doing this, man, it's just like what
We
Iraq.
get clobbered.
They're getting clobbered right now, and they get embarrassed, and they can't do nothing about it. But when Microsoft came out with this theory three or 4 years ago about the Game Pass, they told everybody they didn't want to get aboard. Look where we at now. We're still eating good on our end. So I put like this, E-Rock, let me tell you, when I walked in that office today, at work today, man, it was crickets. It was so damn quiet. I wanted to tell them, because I heard while y'all was on, I got your text through the phone, and I'm saying, oh shit, I said, I gotta get to work, damn it. I said, this son of a gun's gonna be very, very quiet. I went in that office, man. It was quiet as a church mouse. I wanted to told them, I said, well, hell, ponies. It just seemed like somebody just walked over y'all grave. I said, why y'all so quiet? Man, I had a field day today. I left out of there early because if I would have stayed, if I'd have stayed the whole day, oh, I probably had cussed that. So I'm telling you, man, I'm loving every single minute of this. That so quiet in my work area. I was like, wow.
I don't know. I don't know if I could work at a job where I'm expected to talk to, commiserate, even be around Sony fanboys waiting on me to pull in the parking lot. Gosh, shh, 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 here he comes. Oh, look, here he comes. Shh.
Man, I'm telling you, it was so quiet today, Rock. I'm like, damn. I'm like,
Let's ask him some dumb shit. What games does Xbox have? Now, motherfucker, what games do y'all have? Nothing.
E-Rock, I'm telling you, man, it was so doggone quiet today, man. They just could not say nothing.
Do y'all remember how smug and arrogant they were? Because I do. 2018, when I was trying to enjoy Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Can you play Spidey-Man? Spidey-Man was so fucking smug and arrogant. I would love to see Amazing Lucas's stupid face. I would love to see the stupid fucking look on his face. Well, the price hike isn't happening here in the United States. Any fucking backpedaling, any boy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that the price cut isn't happening in the United States. The people in Europe that have supported that fucking stupid Japanese brand all of these decades,
they ain't gonna hurt. They gonna be hurting.
Man, they're gonna say, look, when it comes down to fucking video games or some fucking fish and chips, whatever the fuck they eat over there, or going to the pub is gonna supersede playing PlayStation. Them dudes over there is hurting, man. And the Xbox is already teamed up over there with Barclays Premier League. So they've been trying to fucking get PlayStation out of the fucking box for a minute. Down in Australia, where I don't know if y'all know this, but the cost of living is ridiculous down there, man. No wonder that nigga Crocodile Dundee swam over here. Oh man, everything over there is double. A $600 TV here is $1,200 there. Trust me, this is something that I know. A $400 fucking phone over here is $800 over there in Australia. Because like they make some dumb shit like they make like $99.6 an hour, but their money don't mean shit over there. Like the money over there is different. So like fucking you gonna hit them with a fucking price hike?
Hold on, before I forget this, E-Rock, you raised a great point. Like somebody said, Mooch tried to say that they raised prices on the Xbox in one of the countries. That wasn't Xbox raising prices. That was their currency changing. They trying to pull that
India.
Jedi ass mind trick on your ass.
It was India, and yeah, see that's the cognitive dissonance we talk about all the time, Zink. Where they know Zink or not Zink, but Mooch knows damn well it's not the same, but they can't help themselves but to defend PlayStation at all costs, no matter what.
Yes, to the death, man. And this shit is so hilarious, man, because I was watching CNN and they showed the motherfuckers over in Africa when they heard the price hike. And the news guy he couldn't keep up fast on his drum. He got the news, that nigga was sweating. Like, yo, it's over. Hey, Unlimited, it's over for them niggas, and I'm loving every minute of this shit.
Yeah, hey man, look, this has been quite the milestone. You know what? I didn't. If I saw this coming in 2020, man, I would have invested in popcorn because this has just been a wild ride. And before I introduce our brother who just joined us, the world's most powerful gamer, Hebot, let me go back to the chat real quick. You know, Aurora Castle said Xbox Series X does more than the PlayStation 5 for $50 less. More power, Game Pass, it covers all my physical discs, even old CDs, which this blew me away to know that the PS5 don't even play old CDs.
Damn.
That's crazy. That's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Hey, you should try it in that cheap ass PS5 you got unlimited.
Hey, man. Well, I did get it for free, so yeah, why not? It's just that I know with PlayStation shit that might blow up the disc or something. I don't know, man.
Hey, I'm glad Hebot jumped in here because I was about to perpetrate Hebot because when you gave me that text, I was traveling across state lines.
Oh.
Okay, y'all. First of all, let me tell you right now. Let me get through with that before Hebot came on here. Hebot, I don't want that professor stuff. I want the ignorant stuff. Okay, I do not want you to come on being all, being all pretty and everything. I want you to go ahead.
No, that's not him. That's you, nigga. You're pretty.
Sega Man always come with some shit.
I want Hebot to get on that extra ignorant with it. Stop being so nice, Hebot. Nigga, man, I take care of you later on. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of you later on.
Oh, hey, Zink, you spoke on this topic, right?
No, I haven't. But you can get Hebot, man. I'm ready to go. You can get Hebot. Let Hebot go ahead and throw some rocks and shit.
And I want him to be ignorant tonight.
Hey, everybody, this is our brother Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer. I'm so glad he was able to join us tonight. Hebot, I know you saw the news about PlayStation 5 console getting a price hike in every market but the United States. And remember, Hebot, this is the same company that said that they were making money off the PS5 back in 2021. So they got
lying ass
the
niggas.
Excuses, all the excuses aren't adding up. So Hebot, I want to get your thoughts on this moment, man, and try to keep. You can be as ignorant as you want for Tuck, man, but I want to get your thoughts on this.
Hey, what's going on? What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
No, just there, trying to take my pills while I'm talking. Yeah. It's a white one, Mom. It's a white one. No, man. Look, this is just what we've been saying, and this is just part of the process that Sony just doesn't have that type of dominance in capital coming in anymore. In America, they can still kind of swing their balls a little bit, so to speak, because they still got a higher market share. They do a lot of things with movies, with other companies that come in and publish the movies with them and help them out. And they make a nice amount out of it, even though other people help them because they're the owners of those IPs and things of that nature. But in other countries where, like you guys were talking about earlier, where the money has depreciation because it doesn't meet the amount of what it's supposed to, like it does in American dollars, right? Like $1,000, let's say in somewhere like Santo Domingo, is probably the equivalent here of like, maybe $50. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And they call it pesos or whatever the case may be. So over there, they got to make up that markup. And like we all know, Xbox has been selling way more or way better this generation in places like Europe, right? Which predominantly is always dominated by Sony, right?
Yeah.
Or you know, no, or what you call it, or even Japan for that matter.
Yeah.
Because they got the other option of the S. The S is such a nice entry point at $299 that even in places like Europe it's probably like $400 versus maybe $500 with a digital version of PS5 and this version being maybe $600. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just they have to do what they got to do to make up the cost of the loss of whatever it is they're losing over there, because a lot of things over there are also, because they said it over there too, that there's also people over there, what you call that, doing scalping. Because I've seen a couple of people talk about how they've been scalping over there, even in Europe and other countries. You know what I mean?
Hey, He-Bot.
Yeah.
Hey, you need some oil, brother?
Why? What's up?
You need some oil for that violin? Because I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Let them take their L like a man, like Sega
Yeah, I
did.
mean, we don't. It's the truth, though. That's what it is.
Sega didn't come up with no fucking excuses when they went out of business. They just said, "Yo, we closed the shop."
But the thing is, that's what they're doing it. That's why they're doing it. I'm not condoning it. I'm saying that's why they're doing it. But
Well, it could be, but 25% of those aren't even turned on, and like 100 would say,
no, I'm not backing up yet. No,
like 100 would say, I don't know where that 25% is, but they shipped them to some warehouse somewhere that's not accounted for anything, but they count a sale. But see, like that perception shit it's not adding up when you make your home country the United States, because you have to account for that shit over here. You just can't start talking a bunch of bullshit saying I'm doing this and not doing that, because the stock market don't play that shit here.
It's the scalpers, it's COVID, the Great Train Robbery of 1886.
We can't get some chips.
It's all part of the process of what's going on with them.
Yeah, but
the thing is that they love to lie and say, "Oh no, we're doing great. We're doing the best sales ever." You know what I'm trying to say? But the reality is that they're not. It's all a vertical slice. They lying out their teeth, and this is what proves that they're lying out their teeth. You get what I mean? That's the point.
I'm glad you went first, because I got that for their ass waiting on.
Let me add this before we continue. Xbox dealt with the same pandemic, dealt with scalpers, dealt with the chip shortages, everything, dealt with everything Sony's did, but still coming out okay. It was confirmed thanks to our brother Radiance in the chat that Microsoft confirmed they're not raising prices. So Sony has no excuses. Continue, Hebot.
Well, the thing is that Xbox could do that because they have money.
They dealt with the media. They dealt with Crap Gamer, Rampage Indians. They dealt with a whole bunch of shit.
Hold on. Let me jump on Unlimited also, because remember at the beginning of the generation, people and even next gen said, how could Sony outmaneuver Microsoft and produce more consoles?
Come on now.
Now we want to turn this shit around and say, well, it's a chip shortage only for Sony. No, bro, we're not gonna do that. Not here. And I listen to next gen show because I like the fuckery sometimes.
It's that they need the money. I mean, they have to make it up somehow. That's all.
I'm going to elaborate on that too.
But the truth of the matter is, right, is that Microsoft, they got too much money. They don't have to price cut. I mean, they don't have to bring up the prices. They don't have to really do much of it.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because we're not on that topic. But because just like that interview, did you see that interview with Phil Spencer and Bloomberg?
Not yet. I've heard of it, but I haven't been able to see it yet.
You gotta watch it. And
good,
the lady asked, like you just said there, Microsoft.
Yeah.
They have Microsoft money. Hey, like E-Rock always says, he talked that good ass shit when he talks about how much the Xbox division is worth.
Right.
Phil Spencer got his own money. Now it's Microsoft Corp, but when you're that good kid that does everything they're supposed to do, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt. Some things Phil Spencer don't have to say, hey, could I buy this shit? But when it's $70 billion and it's the largest acquisition in the history of your company,
gaming history, right.
You got to say, hey, yeah, I want to buy this shit right here. I know I had the money, but you know, I want to get this shit approved, Amy Hood or Satya Nadella. I want to get this shit. I want to get a sign off, you know, before I go ahead and buy this shit.
Yeah, in other words, they're going through the steps just to make themselves look like they're doing it like, you know, the way it's supposed to, but in reality, they don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Because they have the money. You know what I mean? They're not doing anything illegal. You know, Activision went to them and they said go somewhere else. They went other places.
Talk that shit he bought.
No one could afford them. Then they came back and said, you guys are the only ones that could afford it. It's what we asked you for.
Well, Google could afford it, but they were like, we don't want no part of this shit. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. That's why we dropped Stadia.
Google don't know. Exactly. Google has no experience. Amazon has no experience. That's why they've, you know, what is it? Stadia? What is it? Google Stadia, right? That console.
Yeah, that bullshit.
That's why it hasn't succeeded. That's why they went to free. It's free now. Because it's easy to say, I'm going to do something because I have money, right? But it's very different to have money and have experience and just have money and not have experience. That's why I said.
Let me stop you right there. I apologize to whoever this was. I didn't hear that said this, but somebody said this. Just because you have money, I think it was Dirt. Just because you have the money, don't mean you just go out and spend money crazily. Rich people stay rich because they don't foolishly spend their money. Google don't know what the fuck they doing, so they was like, get the fuck out of here with this Stadia shit. We out of here with this bullshit. We don't know shit about this shit here.
Yes, it's way different. Look, it took Microsoft years. Microsoft been doing this since the actual era of the Master System and the NES. They've been around, publishing games, doing things because they've been, you know, making even their own consoles under other publishers and other companies, electronic companies, which was the MSX. There was different versions from Panasonic all the way to Toshiba. The point of the matter is, but they created the hardware, right? But the point of the matter is that it took Microsoft many years because they worked their way into the industry. They earned their stripes. They earned their respect. They earned the right to be where they are. And that's the difference between respecting the industry or just bullying the way that Sony did when they started with PS1, just because they had money and they bought everybody out when they knew that at that time, companies like Nintendo and Sega or even Atari could not afford to pay these developers millions and millions of dollars to make games exclusive to their console.
Hey, Hebot. You know what I learned now that I got ancient and old? I learned that if you're always winning, you're not learning. So that whole Xbox One generation, Microsoft learned from that shit.
Absolutely.
But ever since Xbox, the OG one, they've been building infrastructure, just building infrastructure.
Yes.
So they built up this infrastructure to the point now where they can't fail. They
kind of mastered it, E-Rock. They kind of mastered it, the infrastructure.
There's somebody who's going to follow Phil. There's somebody who's going to follow Matt Booty. There's somebody who's going to follow Aaron Greenberg. It's the infrastructure is in place, and now they are much smarter. They know all of the tricks. Like we said it 2 years ago.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question directly. You just said a very important word.
He sure did. He said a lot of words.
You said infrastructure, right? Where in the 30 years that Sony's been in the industry with PS1, did you see them try to create an infrastructure?
I've never seen it.
You just hold on. You just culminated everything with that just one sentence right there.
All they did was buy and make gimmicks and copy. They didn't create.
This motherfucker, he bought on his game tonight.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why they're where they are now.
Put your finger on that. Let me get at E-Rock. E-Rock talked all of that shit right there. He was nailing people that everybody should know. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
And they had one cog in the wheel, one piece. They had one member of Sony working at Microsoft. And hey, this is why you've never heard of Terry Myerson ever fucking again.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can categorically prove.
I'll be right back, guys. Give me a
All
second.
right. I could categorically prove where Microsoft has been and where they were going. I could factually prove this by their investments and what they've done. E-Rock just shouted out some cold ass names.
There's this not to get off topic, but there's this wrestler company from Connecticut called WWE. Everybody's heard of it. But the smaller wrestler companies, AEW, even New Japan, if 5 or 6 key members leave New Japan or AEW, those companies will be in turmoil. 35 people could leave WWE, including the guy that founded the company. It don't matter because their infrastructure is in place. Marketing.
E-Rock is on this game. He's on his game.
Television distribution, right? Which is the most important for television distribution. Their infrastructure is in place that the 5 of us, and no offense, I love you all, but we're pretty dumb. The 5 of us could run WWE. The 5 of us can run it because we don't need to be smart to run a company that already has a built infrastructure. Sarah Bond, Aaron Greenberg, Matt Booty, Shannon Loftus, all of them could leave tomorrow, and their understudies are already in place to run the company.
E-Rock is on his game.
This is why Sony is failing, because they didn't build a strong enough infrastructure. Timed exclusives and Spider-Man and VR is not building an infrastructure.
Right. And to piggyback, E-Rock, Spider-Man is not even their money. They don't even get all of the profits because as Unlimited, and I love to ridicule that clown Colin Moriarty, it's an investment. Most of those profits from Spider-Man go back to Disney.
I mean, I didn't mean to make us sound dumb, but look at the situation over at Warner Brothers. This guy from Discovery, David Zaslav, is dumb as a bag of hammers, but he doesn't have to be smart. Warner Brothers is already built, so he can destroy whatever the fuck he wants. Destroy DC, destroy fucking HBO Max. What the fuck does it matter?
Because there are limits, though, E-Rock. There are limits, but this guy, David Zaslav, could leave tomorrow, and there's 20 other guys that can run Warner Brothers. Well, that's how it is with Microsoft. Microsoft, I don't mean to sound arrogant. Microsoft has gotten arrogant.
Microsoft has gotten Xbox has gotten too big to fail. This ain't 2013.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Unlimited, they've gotten too. E-Rock, how did they get too big to fail? They've built up their internet infrastructure. They've got their Azure servers. They've got their marketing in place. They've invested heavily in cloud, which y'all said the cloud didn't exist.
E-Rock, let me get E-Rock right here because E-Rock is talking too much. He's going too fast for the general public. Let me pick out one thing E-Rock just said in there, okay? In that power that he was just lace power that he had there. The infrastructure. You hear people saying Microsoft should do online for free. That's one of the reasons that Xbox has been built to the powerhouse they are now. So why would General Motors stop making the fucking Cadillac?
Right.
What dumb motherfucker is going to eliminate the Cadillac and still think General Motors is going to be powerful? The fuck you talking about?
Zink, you make a great point, but the reason why is because the casual player, right, which is the dominant amount, right? They don't understand that the internet service don't come from Microsoft. They just provide you with online with their console.
No, Hebot. I'm talking about people that know better. I'm talking about people like, I know why they're saying that, because they always want Microsoft to do something stupid, and Rand has no business knowledge. Even though most of you guys don't like Dealer, I do like Dealer because most of the time Dealer don't go out saying some stupid shit, but like Dealer did today. He put a podcast out today that let Phil Spencer talk. Meanwhile, Rand did a show narrating what Phil Spencer supposedly spoke on, and Phil Spencer didn't say none of that bullshit he said.
Right.
But Dealer just let him talk. But back to E-Rock and his shit that he went too fast over. I don't want to gloss over how much money Xbox Live has in Xbox Live is like the impulse buy where you go to the checkout at your local grocery store.
Yeah.
They
Hey,
put the pack of gum, the
This
Tic
is this is a
Tacs.
big thing that E-Rock was talking about with what you're saying, Zing. That no
Absolutely.
one,
But see,
that no
these
one
are the
guys,
check
Zing,
it out. That
the very,
one
the very,
second.
the very Xbox Live that guys like Oh No, it's Alex said should be free. Why?
Yeah.
dude. So
well
you could
because he
take
likes
that
stealing
money.
it on the internet on the
But
PC
but
rather.
but
That's
these are for the console makers, for the console people, which is the bulk of their money. PC is not a big bulk of money for the Xbox
PC is
division.
not
It is
one
not.
ecosystem. PC is not one ecosystem.
Right.
That's
But
the
when if
difference.
you but that's guaranteed money from
Right.
Microsoft that built Game Pass. This is what Netflix did not have. Netflix
Right.
didn't have their own thing. Microsoft owned everything. And it's like, hey, we got all of this money laying the fuck around.
All they
What we
lack.
gonna do to this shit? Phil Spencer
Right.
and the team. Oh, no, not Phil Spencer. Well, all of
Plus,
them, because he did
plus,
a report on this. He was
Snake, I
interviewed. He
want to add
said,
on to
hey,
what you guys are saying. Hold on,
he
before I
he
forget,
said,
please.
no, you know what? You go ahead and go because I'm gonna touch
No,
on
no,
all
no,
of
no.
this. But I
I'm
just
not
didn't
trying to
want
cut you off.
E-Rock. E-Rock was just nailing shit after
Right,
E-Rock
but
had
there's one.
E-Rock is like, hey, I work construction. E-Rock is like that fast ass carpenter that go way ahead of the team, and he's like, hey,
Right.
motherfucker, slow down and shit. You know, you have to yell for this joker because he way the fuck down the hallway. It's
Yeah,
like, yo, dude.
we get paid by the hour. We get paid by the hour, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to yell at E-Rock, yo, you going way too fast. Nobody, because they don't understand all of the great shit you just said. Go ahead, Hebot.
But you and E-Rock were talking, right? Which is the statement.
You button.
Building
Every
the
time
infrastructure that.
Hebot goes good, that happens. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were getting good. Now Hebot one
Wait,
spot.
the other thing. What about now? I'm still
You
buying.
good? Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
Okay.
ahead, Hebot, go ahead.
The other thing, right before I start buying again, that is added with what E-Rock said with the infrastructure is, Microsoft has also established something that Sony has never been able to do, and that is adapt. They can adapt to any situation because they built the infrastructure. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sony has never had to adapt because they always have the dominant market. They were always dominating. They never worried about, well, we got to adapt. That's why now, through the transition of PS4 and PS5, they are not having an easy time adapting because they don't know how to do it. It took Microsoft years. So with that infrastructure that they built, they got something else out of that, and that is that if something goes wrong tomorrow, they're going to learn to adapt. That's why they adapted from the Xbox One, whatever they failed or wherever people said they failed, which I personally don't think they did. I think it was just a learning curve, right? But okay, giving the people the benefit of the doubt that say that they did, they learned to adapt. So if something goes wrong tomorrow, they're going to adapt and try to fix it because they know how to do it. They've been down that road. Sony has never done that. Sony's always been, oh, you're the best. We love you. Like Nintendo. Nintendo said we were going to go bankrupt if the Switch never did well. And people don't mention that. They never mention that. They're like, oh, no.
I'm the only one who mentions stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Right. So do I, Unlimited. But you see most of these guys, like the ones that are in the know, that know also, but try to act like dummies, like, you know, like others think so eloquently put it. They know Microsoft knows how to adapt. So if something goes wrong, they're going to adapt. They're not going to sit back and be like, oh, I feel sorry for some. No, they're going to adapt because they know what they're doing.
But all Xbox does is write a check and buy Activision. So did Turner Broadcasting. So did Comcast. How do you think Comcast got so big? They bought a million smaller fucking companies to add to their own to add to their infrastructure.
Excellent. Just like you just said. And that's what Microsoft needed. They needed internal developers to make more internal house games. And that is what they needed. And that's why they filled that void now with the acquisitions they're doing. Because during the 360, they were leasing and doing deals. They didn't buy developers.
Hey, let me touch on that. Let me touch on that. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's like that Microsoft did the 80-20 rule, and that just flew over everyone's head. Everyone likes to say, well, Xbox only have 5 developers, but it's the 80-20 rule. Those that 20% did 80% of the production. Because I asked Sony this. Where's your Halo and their reoccurring profits? Where's your Sea of Thieves and its recurring profits? Forza and its reoccurring profits? Gears and its reoccurring profits? Xbox Live and its reoccurring profits that make money after over and over and over again while everything waits. They can't do that. They don't do that. They don't have anything that could the wheel like that.
Those 5 developers make some billions of dollars from Coalition to 343 through
Forza.
Through what was it? The guys who do Forza, which is Turn 10, Mojang, all those developers, they own Rare.
And Xbox
all those
Live.
developers make them billions, and Xbox Live, and even the ID at Xbox, because that's considered a developer as well. That department, they all make them billions of dollars.
And it is an endless pool of money that they can draw from.
Exactly.
That's what
None of
hurt
Sony's
Netflix.
developers make some billions of dollars. It used to be only political.
Nothing.
And they've been fell off the grid long ago.
Absolutely.
Long ago.
And God of War is great, but they only make money at the point of sale, and then it's over. It's over. Soon as you buy it, it's done.
Right. Because they don't have nothing that's long term. Right.
Let me add this. Go ahead, Tuck.
And that is the whole point I always try to tell people, that if Xbox can go out there, if Microsoft can go out there and put every doggone AAA game, if they can try and write a check to every doggone AAA game, they would. But they can't, because some developers are going to go for it and some developers are not. I said, but this is what I told this one guy. I said, the big thing about the Game Pass is that when games get older, they get stagnant. They're not selling anymore. So what Microsoft might do, they might go to the developer later on after that game's not selling no more, see if they can get on the X, see if they get on the Pass, so developers can make a little bit more money. It's all about profit.
Well, and gamers also discover the games, the ones that didn't want to spend the money on it, and that's why they get like a second life or a second win.
And that is a smart move, but these double ponies don't understand that. I mean, like y'all don't understand. This is all about keeping the industry alive. We lost too many damn developers the last generation.
Yes, we did.
We lost too many of them.
Yes, we did.
I mean, it was so sad because they were some good ones too. Hell of a good ones. But
we lost both developers and publishers like THQ and Midway.
Oh yeah,
and to add to that, Tuck, PlayStation fans care more about keeping Sony afloat than keeping gaming afloat.
That's right.
So you know that's why everything they say you take with a grain of salt. Shit like support the devs. They don't care about the devs.
No, they don't.
As E-Rock said, when Ninja Theory literally said joining Xbox saved them as a company, they said that they betrayed them. Okay, so they don't give a fuck about developers. The moment a game goes to Game Pass, they hate Kojima right now because of that one game that's on Game Pass. Working with Xbox, so they don't give a fuck about devs.
I don't know why, because when Kojima announced that he was making Death Stranding for PlayStation, he was great. Kojima loves PlayStation. He's part of PlayStation. He's great.
That's because it's now associated with Xbox, and like I said a million times, the only thing they care about is they don't even care about exclusives, as we could tell by sales. They care about the perception of an exclusive.
Bragging.
They know these $70 games are too fucking much. That's why they didn't drop $70 on Horizon Forbidden Entertainment or because it's $70 for them boring ass games. And yes, I'll die on this hill. Horizon is the most boring fucking IP.
I said Unlimited. Unlimited. Didn't I say that years ago with the first one and be like, you're crazy?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, the game is boring.
Yes. Yeah. And
the game is boring.
Oh yeah, extremely boring.
And you know what? And I'm going to take a vibe from Hebot. I'm going to take a vibe from Hebot.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so let me say this real quick, Tuck. And stuff like that, to tie it all together, Hebot and the rest of the panel, is why Sony is not the market leader. I hear this shit all the time.
You taking my shit.
Yeah, I hear this shit all the time.
Well,
PlayStation is the market leader. No. Let me tell you. Apple didn't copy from Samsung didn't release the first smartphone and then Apple copied of it and like, oh, we're the market leader. No, the market leader are the innovators. They're the ones who push everything forward. And last that I checked, Sony didn't push gaming forward with PlayStation Plus. They didn't push gaming forward with Sea of Thieves. They didn't push gaming forward with anything. All they ever did historically is sit back, wait for the real market leaders to do the innovating, in this case Xbox, and steal their shit. This generation alone, they stole the rewards program.
I just saw. Then we just see a new controller that's supposed to be like an elite controller.
They even stole their version of the elite controller and call it the Edge. Okay, that's how creatively bankrupt this company
I have to do something like this now.
Yeah, and stuff like this, raising the price to make up whatever little money they can. It's just more.
I saw you put the hat on it.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's just more. I forgetting the word off the top of my head, but anyway, the point is, none of this, all this stuff was bound to happen. It's just happening in spectacular fashion. Because if you asked me in 2022 that the PS5 would cost more than in 2022 than it did in 2020, I would have laughed their ass my head off because I've never seen a product do that ever. Especially a luxury item like from technology. A TV from 2020 does not cost more in 2022. No game that came out in 2020 cost more this year, and none of that stuff, right?
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead, Jink.
Exactly. Hey, you know what? I want like you just got back to topic. I want to go back to topic and start with, I like the guys in the chat with our very first comment. This dude, what the hell was his name? Hail Hydra. I don't even know if dude's still in here, but he said Sony is trying to make up for the lack of software sales that they should have had by raising the prices. He's right with that shit. Also, Tuckmaster started off correctly saying, how do you, just like you were just talking about, how do you have a product and then 2 years later raise the price on it? That is absolutely impossible.
It's unheard of.
It's unheard of. And what really happens is products get cheaper because manufacturing costs go down. I don't give a shit.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
I see this one a lot too as well as zinc. But gas is more expensive. Food is more expensive. Look, I'm not eating 2-year-old chicken in 2022. I'd be dead.
Fuck that shit, Unlimited.
So please
I'm gonna use that shit.
Gas prices and food prices and general inflation. No, that is not what this is.
No.
And also that's not what it is. The PlayStation is a fucking luxury item. It's a video game console. It's not a commodity like oil.
Correct.
Where fucking OPEC stands for overpricing every can. No, this is not the same shit. Get out of here.
And it's with this. I really want y'all to help me with this. I want to understand this. How in the hell can you have over 51 million systems, as they say they do out there, and you got these guys, you got these ponies saying that it's all right that that Horizon Forbidden West sold over 6 million copies.
It didn't sell over 6 million. That was cumulative on everything they sold.
I'm just saying. But what I'm trying to say is this. Okay, that should bother Sony because if I got over 21 million consoles out there, and this is my flagship title, I better be selling more than 6 million copies.
Especially at the beginning of a generation.
Yeah, at this point, Zinc, though, all metrics has shown that only 10% of their audience are buying the exclusive. Even Colin Moriarty admitted to that shit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's a bigger Sony 6 bootlicker than fucking
than
anybody.
Yeah,
than anybody.
Yeah.
So and
so when you're not selling, just like you said, Unlimited, you got to make up that money some kind of way.
Yeah, because look,
PS5.
Yeah, Tuck. To put things in perspective, these games are costing Sony over $100 million to make. How do I know this?
Yeah.
Jim Ryan has literally said that one reason why he used to downplay subscription services because back at last year he said we can't be putting our $100 million games on these services. It's not going to make money back. And to tie that to what Zink was saying, that's because those games have only make money off its initial sales when it's initially released.
That's it.
They don't have the benefit Sea of Thieves have 30 million players
Oh
who
my
could drop
goodness.
money on shit like microtransactions
And
continue
buying
to support
cats
the
and
game.
dogs and shit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
And
So,
see,
so yeah,
that's
so
what all
Sony,
of us have always have said. We
uh-huh.
always said the same thing.
Yeah.
Nigga, you can play Sea of Thieves forever. You can play Halo forever.
Ever.
God of War, you can play them forever. I mean, Gears of
You,
War,
you,
you
you
can
just
play them
said something else
forever.
important, Tuck. You just said something else important. Halo has been an ongoing service game for over 20 years. Hey, let me run down these things from Unlimited's topic already. Sony, like Hebot says, Sony is still faking numbers. Okay, it's all perception. Destin Legary is so sad. Did y'all see him today? He's so
No.
sad.
Oh yeah,
And then
I
and
saw
then
it,
you
man.
have
Man, he looked
and
pathetic.
just right, and just like our boy Hydra said, you know, I wrote this down before. The price is trying to offset the sales that they're going to lose from Call of Duty sales. That's all Sony is trying to do.
Yeah,
They trying to offset those losses. It's
yeah,
so many things that these jokers are trying to do, and they're trying to use excuses like global inflation. Everything is doing that, and you raise the prices on everyone else, and here we are, the richest nation. Like I told people before, this is an international business fact. Two-thirds of all goods and services sold through to consumers come from the United States of
Yep.
America. Okay, so don't let
yeah.
them forget shit like this. you know Xbox is just and then they said, and somebody else said, "Oh, Microsoft gets Destin said Microsoft gets most of its sales from the United States." Everyone
Wrong.
does, you fucking dummy.
Yeah.
No, they do. Everyone does. Nintendo, and I always bring a Nintendo executive said this. We get Now listen to this. What he said. This is an exact quote. He said, "We get 61% of our sales for the year from the United States in the fourth quarter, meaning October, November, and December." This shit can't be made up, dude. I mean, this is just things that actually happen. Now, all through the rest of the course, we talked about things, and Hebot's boy, Kid Smooth. This dude did a podcast yesterday. I hope Sony does what he said. I hope Sony sticks and stay traditional, because they'll go out of business
Yeah.
sooner.
Yes.
Kid Smooth,
Zink.
Yep. Yep.
Zink.
go get them Unlimited before I get them.
Smooth or anybody who's on this traditional bullshit. It is not 1990 fucking five. What sales games are not a game tied to your box. Phil Spencer said this in an interview on why there'll be less and less exclusives. Not that it'll literally be less exclusives. It's that having a game sold to one box makes no fucking sense in 2022.
That's
These games,
true.
especially since everybody has a hard on for AAA games. Cyberpunk cost $316. I mean, $360 million. And if you think that's the only AAA game with that budget, let me tell you, no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Halo's budget is
AAA
way
games,
bigger than that.
yeah, these AAA games with these modern graphics running at 4K, and people also 4K in general takes a lot of bandwidth for
Yep.
online and all this shit, right? So this stuff, so 4K, the 4K era is extremely expensive. These games are costing our movie level budgets, and to sell it, to imagine how stupid it is in 2022 to sell God of War to a console that only has 21 million players, where only 10% of them buy the game, and it costs over $100 million to make. It's
Right.
lunacy.
And then Unlimited, let's stretch that, because it's not 10 million people don't buy 10, they don't buy it, 10% don't buy it initially.
That's because
They
most
buy
of the people that buy on PlayStation are still on PS4. That's the other thing.
and not only that, they buy it over a period of years,
Yeah,
when the price
exactly.
goes from $60 to $50, 30 and 20 and $5.
And
Yeah.
It's
in the
it's
case
just
of Horizon, bundled with the PS5 console in general, that's where it's quote unquote sales are coming from, is when it's bundled with the console. So
right.
Kid Smooth, if you want Sony, hey Kid Smooth, I hope Sony stays traditional too, because they'll be out of the
Thank you.
business by 2025.
Easily.
If you again these, it's crazy to me, Zink, E-Rock, Hebot, Sega Man, and Tuck, how and the modern that these gamers have no perception of anything outside of that gamer bubble. Where I generally don't understand how they
Yes.
don't realize how expensive or how tough game development is, and yet
Tell it.
speak like they're experts on shit they
Or
don't know
or
about.
or even more baffling that these huge YouTubers like Kid Smooth, oh no, it's Alex, fucking
Rand.
Rand. You can name them all because I forgot most of them. Crap Gamer don't understand that. As we saw in the comment section, someone said it feels like the industry is changing. It's that paradigm shift we talked about.
Yes.
I don't necessarily like the fact that I paid $500 for a console that's static. I paid $500 for it
Thank
because
you.
it's the best technology. But the fact of the matter is, and I say this again to every one of you in the comment section, and even my brothers here, my highly esteemed colleagues, your Xbox Series X is worthless. It is. It's a static box. What do I mean by static? Static because it's going to be replaced in either 2 or 3 years. This shit. So now the thing is, unlimited production, Tuckmaster, Hebot, Sega Man, other shit
Hey, hold
is.
on. Hey,
How,
1 second,
mm,
E-Rock. I just want to thank everybody viewing because for the first time I have over 30 viewers
Nice,
concurrently.
nice,
So
brother.
thank you
outstanding,
everybody for joining tonight.
Nice.
outstanding,
I hope you
outstanding,
guys are enjoying the show because
outstanding.
everybody's been on fire tonight. But continue, E-Rock.
Here's what Epic Games figured out with Fortnite. Here's what the guys with Roblox figured out, and here's what Mojang
See?
figured out when they created
Here go
Minecraft.
E-Rock going off again and not slowing down.
They figured out, others think, that the consoles will help us out
Switcher.
greatly
That's a
in
switcher.
money, but we don't need them. We don't need them.
Switcher for Orlando.
We don't need them. We don't need them. So Microsoft saw this. They saw Netflix saying, we don't Amazon Fire Stick, we don't need that. We'll put Amazon in your televisions. I do believe that there will always be an Xbox console, but at
Yeah.
some point
It will.
you'll be able
Look
to
at how
play
it looks
Xbox.
because it's going
You'll
nowhere.
be able at some
You know,
point you'll be able to
especially
somebody
now
mute their
over
mic.
there. Any
Somebody mute their mic, please. At some point you will be able to play Xbox on your television. At some point you'll be able to play Xbox on your cell phone. At some point you'll be able to play Xbox on your pad. It's happening now.
Hmm.
So these boxes are
Yeah.
static. You don't need me to tell you. The proof is already out there. So the games now, instead of paying $100 million for an exclusive, you need to invest $100 million in something that Others Inc. always says so eloquently is going to get you recurring revenue. We just
Absolutely.
don't need to get this out and sell it to 5 million people or 6 million people and say, hey, we had 6 million sales of God of War. God damn it, we need 30 million of these units out there. So we put Sea of
Yeah.
Thieves on Steam, which Crap Gamer didn't understand. We put Sea of Thieves on PC because Phil Spencer and them now understand that even though they're all in with hardware is fucking static. And Kid
Hmm.
Smooth, Randa Althor, Calamari, this is why you're losing right now because your mindset is stuck in Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Your mindset is still stuck in that era, and it's nothing that's ever going to break y'all out of that era until that stupid Japanese company fails utterly, which they're doing now by raising the prices on you guys, and you're scrambling trying to figure out why this is happening. The paradigm shift happened 2 years ago. People like us told you about it, but you didn't want to listen. You laughed at Game Pass. I didn't even understand
They
what Game
laughed
Pass
at that
was.
shit. Me
I didn't
either.
I didn't
What? Hey,
understand.
dude, E-Rock, one of my boys' kids and my son had to make us understand Game Pass. I bullshit you not. And once we realized, wait, I could buy this one game and that actually works. You could share with it with you, dude. Our kids taught us that,
You can
and
play
we've
you
been
can play
hitting
it
it
on your
ever
phone.
since.
You can play it on your phone and your PC. And so to the traditional mind like Kid Smooth, this is the end of consoles. It's not the end of consoles. This is
No.
gaming is becoming something else. But y'all
Mhm.
can't get with this, and Sony couldn't get with this. No, Sony's trying to get with it, but they're too late. Why do you think Death Stranding, your motherfucking UPS baby walking simulator, is
You
now on
just said
PC for
something
Game Pass?
else. There,
Y'all,
E-Rock
they,
go.
they,
Somebody
they
trying to
are
call him
they,
back.
they are flabbergasted by this shit. They feel betrayed. No, Sony is trying to play catch up and it's too late. Only now do they
Mhm.
realize that their fucking PlayStation 5 is static. Only now that they realize that they were a bit premature 20 years ago in making that PlayStation 9 commercial. They're a bit premature. There may not be a PlayStation 6, right? I don't know where gaming is heading, but we're getting a view of it now with these games like Fortnite and Sea of Thieves. I don't have to like it, but god damn it, these are where the revenue drivers are. It's not in Spider-Man. It's not in selling a fucking disc to fucking 6 million customers. I am amazed that Sea of Thieves has outlasted and outperformed every fucking game on PlayStation, and nobody is saying anything. I rest my case.
Hey, dude, let me get back to Sega, not Sega Man, but Tuckmaster. I'm gonna get back to Tuckmaster after I acknowledge. This is why I like to chat. Jeremy Brown, and I don't want to fuck it up. Next time we come in here and we have a podcast, I want exactly what I'm going to find exactly what Jeremy Brown said in another podcast to me in the chat. It was motherfucking epic. But I'm going to quote his ass like I quoted Dia 44568 when he talked about that damn tidal wave. But back to Tuckmaster. Sony already tried to reduce the cost of PlayStation by lowering what they put in that console. You remember that massive ass Lincoln Navigator radiator they put in that bitch to cool that big fat motherfucking console? And they tried to get on that one guy that Microsoft brought in because he saw that the PS5 weighed less because they shrunk that big ass radiator. They already reduced the cost of that bitch and they still gonna jack the price up on you dumbasses? Dude, this is some bullshit. I'm never gonna let my foot off Sony's throat. I'm gonna stay on their fucking throat forever. I'm never gonna stop talking about this shit.
I'm gonna do the same thing too, Zane. And another thing too is it's like, dude, me and this lady, we was over there talking about the same thing at work. If she gets it, and she get the whole damn thing, and she just went on there and talked about when Microsoft start producing the chips, start paying money to produce the chips, and she said the same thing with Sony doing, but they still in their doggone, they still way. They still think old. And then Microsoft comes with these damn chips, and all of a sudden people say, well, that's unfair. I said, no, that's business. If Microsoft can do it, I don't give a care what nobody say around here. If they the damn market leaders as Sony and these ponies think they are, they should be able to do it too.
And that's a myth anyway, Tuck. That's a myth anyway. That shit was debunked also. They was like, man, they ain't do that shit. And I know they didn't. It don't work like that. That's not how it's done. And if it were done that way, Microsoft would have did it in the beginning when Sony supposedly outbid Microsoft for some damn chips. Sony can't outbid somebody for fucking lunch at a cheap ass deli.
I agree with that totally. So I mean, I just tell people, man, don't hand me this shit about Sony. Sony's bleeding out of money, and that's all it is to it. And they can't. And what did the man from himself came out and said himself that we can't compete with Microsoft, and they're still blowing their damn minds today, and they can't. It's over. Done in discussion. Something else, man.
Yeah, hey, you're absolutely right there, Tuck. Yeah, man. Anybody else got anything to add?
No, man, we want to hear from you. I know you threw your shots in there, but you didn't give your whole speech, Unlimited. Where you at with this stuff?
What about
did
you?
You talk about did you talk about the bullshit with now making entertainment connected with gaming is accepted, and they even making a category for it in the awards? Talk about that.
Hey, look, we're an hour and a half into the show, so we could talk about that Sunday. Because Sunday we're doing an episode of the Exile podcast. So join us on E-Rock X channel, where we are going to further. We're going to talk about more of this discussion and other topics like the gaming, the lineup for 2023 is nuts and other stuff. So we'll talk about that then too, Ebot. But yeah, man, I you know what, Zinc, when it comes to hosting the show, it's not my job really to just speak my mind openly. I let everybody here on the panel show what they got because all of y'all so smart, all of y'all so entertaining. This is our way to support
But
everything.
unlimited, man, people come here for the unlimited truth, man.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a reason I told E-Rock, I say I want to go after unlimited. And
yeah,
sometimes you need inspiration, and you got to inspire the crowd. You got
yeah.
to incite the riot because you the young guy.
Yeah, hey man, and look, and let me say this, Zink, before we wrap it up for tonight. I think that that all this, man, this is just more of the 2022. I'm calling the year of realization, and the PlayStation world, the gaming world, has realized another week of them realizing that Sony ain't shit. Right? Not only is Sony, not listen, not only is Sony ain't shit, they can't compete. Not only are they can't compete, they're behind the times. Not only are they behind the times, they're clearly just throwing whatever at the wall to see what sticks. The PS, listen, I said it before and I said it again. A new generation is hitting a reset button, and clearly this time when the reset button was hit, Microsoft was ready out the gate. That's the Xbox One. The end of the Xbox One generation was them just preparing for this moment. We saw it when they were buying studios. We saw it when they were buying publishers. Now they're about to own Activision, one of the top 3 largest publishers in gaming. And Sony can't do nothing. And not only can they not do nothing, Zinc and Panel, they have no other way to combat this because one of their money makers was from Activision. So they're losing a large chunk of their money. And all this results in a situation where they did something so unprecedented that they increased the price of a luxury item that was on the market for 2 years already.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is, and it's so unbelievable.
Well, it
That
was just like when they started to produce the PS4 again because they were talking about
Yes.
how,
yeah,
we can't make enough,
Unprecedented.
PS5, and the reality is because people are still buying PS4s.
yes,
That's
yeah,
all that is.
yeah, and again,
Yep. Good
that's why
point.
the Xbox One generation he bought was a blessing in disguise because gamers
Right,
were ready
right.
to move on from Xbox One.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That as much as I loved that console at the time, it had such a bad reputation from the general audience that the
Right.
Series
Yeah.
X was the refresh it needed. It was the fresh
Yep.
Right.
air it needed, and
Right.
for good reason. Because look at what we got now. I can honestly say that the Xbox Series X is better than my Xbox One. And you might be
Oh, hell
saying, well,
yeah.
we're only 2 years in. How's that possible?
yeah.
Because I can
Right.
play 4 generations of Xbox all in auto
Talk
HDR,
that shit.
60 frames per second, quick resume. I mean, the features this console has is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and
Right.
my
Mhm.
Xbox is also my entertainment
Yep.
my entertainment box. So I'm using it to
Yep.
watch my movies and
Yep.
TVs and all this stuff. So 2 years in, I already saw the potential from day one. Now that we're living through this potential this console has, and we still haven't even reaped the benefits because Starfield is only going to be on the next gen console. For Forza, next year it's clear that the Xbox One is going to be almost permanently dead because the big releases are not coming to the Xbox One anymore. Even something like Gotham Knights, well, a third party game isn't coming to the Xbox One, right? So that era, see, that's the beauty of what Xbox did, right? They're so far ahead that they could say goodbye to a generation that Sony can't. Sony is doing what
Nope.
they did with the PS2. I read that the PS2 was in production until 1 month before the PS4 release. I didn't realize it
Yep.
was that
Are you
fucking long. I
serious?
thought,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
That's
it
a
ended
fact.
in like
Wow.
2009. No, it ended in 2013, 1 month
No,
before the
it was selling.
PS4.
It was still selling for them, like big
Yeah,
time.
hmm
and that's what the PS4 is. But the problem is, as we were told, as we were told with the Xbox One games, that's holding Sony back clearly because if you
Yeah.
got to develop your games, because look, Starfield was made next gen, current gen only for a reason, right? Because the Xbox One can't run that shit. What Sony's going to deal with a cyberpunk situation with one of these games. I promise you, it's going to happen because eventually Spider-Man 2 or whatever can't run a PS fucking 4 without major issues. It is what it is. That's 10-year-old hardware.
Right.
Hardware moves way too fast in this day and age to
Plus,
be
the more
sustainable.
ambitious they get with the games, the more hardware power they're gonna need.
Yes, yes.
There's
Look,
limitations to every. That's why we get
yes,
new console generations. That's the
yeah.
whole reason.
Look, WB Montreal learned that Gotham Knights was not going to work on the Xbox One, and graphically that isn't as nearly as big as something like Hellblade. You know what I'm saying?
You're
If
about
they
to say a
realize,
flight simulator is tough
yeah,
on the
look
console.
at Flight Simulator couldn't run on Xbox One for nothing.
No, hell no.
It'll turn that console to a fire hazard, right? And all we're seeing this year, and somehow every week, I have no clue how this is possible, but every week we just get new and new information about how these two companies are just in two totally different realms, and that's my thoughts on everything, Zink. What we're just seeing is that we listen. This is clearly the end of the era for PlayStation. I don't care what anyone says because because it's funny. Sony came into the game buying games like Tomb Raider. Because remember, Tomb
Yes.
Raider 2 was in development on the Saturn, but they couldn't
Hmm.
complete it because of the deal with Sony, right?
Yep.
So they came into the game buying games off
Like Madden, they
other
took
consoles.
Madden off of
So
Dreamcast.
Yeah,
so was
Madden,
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil,
So
Final
Tomb Raider. I
Fantasy.
mean, we could name all these games
Yep.
for forever that were kept off of Sega's, right? And it's
Hmm.
funny that the end of the PlayStation, a big part of it was because a game that they previously paid for content off Xbox is now owned by Xbox, and that did the mint. That was the last straw. So that's my thoughts on that, man. And I think that's a good place to end it, unless anybody else have anything to add.
I
yes,
just want to say, man.
Microsoft is not Sega. They're not going nowhere.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. And before we go, man, when I said earlier that the Xbox Series X was worthless, I didn't mean that in a derogatory term. I meant I love the console. The console's a fucking beast. I absolutely love it. What I mean
It's
by
my
it's
favorite.
worthless that all the best things that you're enjoying about the Xbox Series X as unlimited productions, yes, it's light years better than the Xbox One. Are you sure? The same way that the Xbox One was light years better than the Xbox 360. Everything we're enjoying now, 4 generations of backwards compatibility, the HDR, all of that shit, fucking quick resume. That's all software.
Yeah.
It's all Game Pass. That's all software. It's infrastructure. It's
How fast it
infrastructure. It's
closer.
infrastructure that will outlive the box and go over and transfer to the next box. So that's what I meant by the boxes are static and they're so but over there at Sony, they're holding on to that box like it's a baby, like it's they're holding on to it for dear life, not realizing that that fucking white box is irrelevant, and that's why they're losing. They're losing because they I've never seen a company fall so fast, so hard. But guys, this is as far as the Xbox. This is the golden age for us.
Yeah.
These are the good times all over again, man. And you guys deserved it because you hung in there and you never turncoated and you never flipped the script. And this is what happens when you hang in there and you put on your boots and you stay the course. And
Hmm.
it's a wonderful thing to see. But before we go, I would have never thought in a million years. I would have never. I've been studying entertainment in these companies for decades, right?
Mhm.
So I can have shit to write about.
Yeah, I
I've
don't think
never
either.
seen a
I think
company
maybe because
buy.
you're not
I've,
waiting long enough. I'm
I've
just scared.
never
I wanted to break, Jorge.
I've
Not
never
just
seen this nigga selling drugs and we having a podcast. I've never seen a fucking company this leverage like Xbox in my life. I've never seen anything like this. They've got games and software coming into perpetuity. We are not going to be around. Well, Unlimited Mike, he's young. We are not going to be around. And Tuck, he got more bald spots than the sun. We're not going to be around to see all of these games. So, I've never seen a company this leveraged out. I don't think anybody could compete with them. Not right now. Not even
Nobody.
Nintendo. Not even what's Nintendo going to? Nintendo's going to be Nintendo, but
Never.
Sony is in trouble. Anytime Colin Moriarty is shitting bricks, Sony is in trouble. And with that, guys, it was a great one, man.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, this was an excellent show. I'm gonna go ahead and say that this has been our best show yet. This everything today worked. Everybody was on fire, and I thank everyone from joining. I thank everybody for watching too, and everybody in the chat. Even though chat, I'd love to get to your comments more often. However, when it's a full panel like this, it's a little difficult. So I hope you guys understand. I still read every comment. And usually when there's like 3 or 4 people here, it's a little easier. But that's just if I want to let you guys know. With that said, Tuck Master, man, let them know where they can find you.
Hello, everybody. There's your boy DJ Tuck Master. I'm letting you know I can't stand Sony. I want them to fail. I want them to go under and everything. And I'm just like Adam Zeke. I'm gonna be on that ass every doggone time with some shit like this happen. So you damn Sony ponies, just get ready for it. And that's it. But you can reach me on the Lions Den. I did an episode early this week. I'm gonna do one. I might be doing one Saturday. I haven't decided what I want to talk about yet, but it's gonna be good, whatever it's gonna be. Yeah. If there's anything dealing with Sony ponies, I'm gonna love it. So, and y'all can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, of course, and all that good stuff. And you can also reach me on the XR broadcast this Sunday, whenever my boy E-Rock turn around and give us the say so, give us the invites, and let's get ready to turn around and rock and roll for Sunday.
Awesome, yeah. And apologies for confusing y'all earlier about Sega Man status, but unfortunately, this is going to be the last time he's on the Unlimited Truth specifically for a little while. So it's always a pleasure and a blessing when this man joins us. Sega Man, let them know where they could find you.
Hey, man, it was a great show tonight, man. Everybody was on fire on the Unlimited Truth, man. I had a great time, man, doing the podcast with you guys today, man, on the Unlimited Truth. It was real awesome, man. Great, man. Great. Just everybody on the panel was fire, man. Tuck, man, he was on fire. Tuck was on fire so much that he got a ball spot on his head and he got to get that. He was like on fire, man. Yeah, man. Tuck's just been on point, man. Big shout out to our brother Tuck, man. And you guys can always find me on my channel Sega Man 101. With the Alpha on Saturdays with my brother Hebot, T Reaper and Unlimited and Tuck Master, man. And if other Zinc and my brother E-Rock can make it, hey man, it's even a better party, man. So and come and check us out on our Exile, man. It's gonna be a great podcast coming up. It's gonna be good. Hey E-Rock, are you gonna be giving away that $15 gift card on there, man?
Yes, we are, man. Either you still got the code or I still got the code. Hey, Wild Horse, no, man, we ain't with that, dude. We ain't with that. We'll talk about that more on Sunday. People want Sony going for a reason, dude. Them being around ain't benefiting nobody. We gonna do that Sunday, Sega Man.
Hey,
man.
Your outros, E-Rock.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, man. Unlimited Production, man. He gotta go. He got the signal from his girl, man. So it's time for him to lay some pipe. So we got to get up out of here, man. We will see you Sunday on the Exile podcast. Hey, man. Like Sega Man always say, we eating good over here. We got games we can't even finish. Hell yeah. More coming. Hey, man. Xbox is the best box. If you don't know, I ain't gonna tell you. And we out of here.
Yeah, hey, and other Zinc, man, let them know where they could find you, my friend.
Anywhere in the chat, I'm always talking shit because I actually love gaming. Never missed a year since 1976 in Pong. I'm not going anywhere. And like E-Rock was just about to talk to Wild Horse. Hey, Wild Horse, you know something? We started by playing Pong, Atari, ColecoVision, Sega Master System, TurboGrafx. All them niggas are gone. We are still gaming. Fuck Sony. Sony, sometimes you have to cut the cancer out. Okay? That's what the fuck we're talking about. And maybe they could take what's your boy Amazing Lucas and some of these bullshit ass Sony fans with them on a way the fuck out the door.
Yeah, oh no, it's Alex ain't a fan. He too busy pirating to support anything.
Damn. Hey, I can't even add to that. Damn.
Yo, man. Sony lost the competition when they stop when they stop treating their consumers right, brother. Yeah, they lost the competition then. Like I said before, the PlayStation 2 is the best console they ever made, hands down.
Yeah. Hey, and before Hebot gives his outro, let me say this about competition. There's always a winner and loser in competition. So even if competition is good, somebody's still gonna lose at the end of the day. That's why there's that's why both teams can't win the Super Bowl. That's why there's only one
good point.
champion, and that's why there's only one market leader in gaming, that's Xbox. So
Damn.
Close it
This
out.
motherfucker unlimited.
Damn. What the fuck is going tonight? Damn. I'm tired of this. This nigga got us fired up now. He got to go get some pussy. I'm tired of this motherfucking man. Get us all fired up and shit. Now he got to go bust some nuts.
Hey, follow Hebot on his channel. Let's get him to 1,000 where he does his show. We got next.
Yes,
Everybody,
sir.
enjoy your weekend and the rest of the week, and we are out.